here on Beach 91st Street in the Far Rockaways section of Queens, New York. It's Friday afternoon, 4 days after Hurricane Sandy devastated this community. We're standing right next to what was the boardwalk that used to stretch along the beach here in the Rockaways. The boardwalk is now taking up much of this street. You can see the boardwalk literally on top of cars that were parked here. Residents tell us about 5 feet of water poured down this street on Monday. As you walk down the street today, you see debris in giant piles in front of almost every single house. Let's go into one apartment that was completely destroyed on Monday during the storm.
My name is Louis DeCarolis. I'm 51 years old. On Monday night, I was sitting here at the computer. I felt a little water at my feet, so I got the mop. I went into the back where my back bedroom is, and the bedroom door was closed. And I didn't know it at the time, but the room apparently had filled up with water. I opened the door, and the water just came and it blasted me, bouncing me off the wall. So when it hit me, I ran out this way. I opened up this door, and the backyard had filled up with probably 3.5 feet of water, and that came in. So I was caught in like a double whammy from the front and the back.
What were your first thoughts when you re-entered your apartment for the first time after the storm?
My first thought was, am I going to be able to start all over at my age? You know, it's a little difficult when you're 50-something years old. Not that I'm old, and I'm still alive, thank God, but why? And we need help. We need Red Cross to come around. We need FEMA to come around. A lot of people can't get out of their houses. You got a lot of senior citizens down here that can't get out. My sons, I have 2 sons. Me and my sons, every day we walk from house to house and we knock on the doors to see if we can get them any water, if they need anything. Do they have the medicine in reach?
Are you worried that you're going to see more extreme storms like this going forward?
I think this was a long time coming, and maybe it's a wake-up call for us. Will there be more storms? I don't know, probably.
After we left Beach 91st Street, we walked east here in Far Rockaways. Street after street, block after block, completely devastated by Superstorm Sandy. We're now here at Beach 84th Street, in front of the Haven Ministries. We have heard that the church suffered massive flooding during Hurricane Sandy, and the deacon of the church has offered to give us a tour inside.
Well, this is Haven's International Ministries, and my name is Curtis Bolden. I'm a deacon here, and what you're noticing is that the height of the water level is marked all around the wall, and right now, I'm standing next to the water markings inside the sanctuary hall in the church, and the water markings are just below my shoulder, and I'm at 6'2". This is about, I'll say about 4'10", about 4 foot 10 inches. This is the first time that people know of the bay actually met the sea in the middle at 5 feet. This water level was all throughout Far Rockaway. A lot of people don't understand that. This was the water level straight across. You know, you can still see that the floor is still covered in mud and some water we still have to get out, but there's still no electricity to put a pump. We need generators.
So people that aren't familiar with this neighborhood, you know, how would you describe it?
Far Rockaway is like a distant island of New York. It's actually still a part of Queens, New York, but it's a remote area, sort of like some people would like to say the stepchild of New York, where it's far out. It's not that easy to get out here by public transportation. It's really very remote, somewhat similar to how Atlantic City looks, but Atlantic City is not surrounded by water like Far Rockaway is. You know, it's going to take a while.
We're now outside the Hamel Houses, one of the largest public housing developments in the Rockaways. The National Guard has set up a food and water distribution point, and we're going to talk to some of the folks standing in line.
My name is Arena Edwards. This week been really hectic on us, especially the little ones, the ones like Pampers and milk and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy.
What message do you have for city officials and Mayor Bloomberg?
Help! We need help! Seriously!
The most that we need right now is lights. At least you have light you can see. At nighttime, it's pitch black. You can't even see what's in front of you.
Stay here with another hour and a half to 2 hours. The whole Far Rockaway is pitch black. They're putting the generators out there on the boulevard, But then when they put the generators in the middle of the projects, we could probably get some light within the apartment off of the generators.
My name is Crystal. We standing on line because we have no needs, no means to supply for our kids and our family. And this is the only way. We stand on line every day and we get supplies from the Army and the government, and that's about it.
How long have you been in line today?
Today we've been online for about 2-3 hours, and it's not like we have no other options, so we have to wait.
No problem.
And yesterday it was 4 hours, and the other day it was about 6 hours, and as people who need, we're gonna stay out here for 10 hours if we have to supply for our kids.
If you had a chance to speak with Mayor Bloomberg, what would you tell him?
He needs to just step up. He stepped up a little, he sent us the food and the transportation. So he needs to, step in our shoes and come out here and see us and see what we're going through, just like any other government should do for their community too. So he needs to come out here instead of sending people out here to just know that, we're not mad at him. There's nothing he could do about it, but he can do more.
My name is Pancho, and we getting waters and stuff to support my house.
We need more help down here. We need our electricity on. What are we going to do? Last year I left for it. This year I stayed, and I wish I had left this year.
How would you describe what this past week was like?
It was a disaster.
Sad. I really felt like I was the people in South Africa. When it's pitch dark, that's what it actually looks like. When you're walking down these dirt roads and the sands and stuff, that's what it actually looks like.